night. At home for a little bit, decided to shoot a response video. In the background, we'll be listening to Violent Force, Assault on Tomorrow. Killer Teutonic Thrash. This is a fucking gem. So, check this out if you don't know it. Anyway, so I'm gonna do a response video, and this is a response video that's been circulating a little bit, but it was about 90s death metal albums, 10 of them explained to aliens, which was started by Metal Mickey. I did a response to that as well. And then I think it was a couple days ago, Mercyful Metal did one on 80s thrash. He took a little bit of a different approach, and I thought that was a fantastic idea, and I decided to do a response to that. So Metal Mickey and Mercyful Metal, somehow I'm gonna work out a wordplay with those two channel names, which is some fantastic channels. If you don't know them, check them out. Anyway, I'm gonna move on with this and get right into it. Mercyful Metal did a lot of topics like Bay Area thrash, East Coast thrash, different stuff like that. So I decided to go the same way. The only one I'm not going to show is Eastern European thrash. I don't think I have one Eastern European thrash band in my collection. Which, Mercyful Metal, when you're watching this, please make a video showing your top 10 favorites. I'd love to see those so we could all check those out, because you showed Shaw, and that looked very interesting, so I checked it out and I love it. So I want to know more about that genre, or that scene, actually, not genre. So please do that. So Thomas showed a lot of the stuff that I probably would have showed too, because he had a bunch of killer classics. And I tried picking stuff different, and I think I did for the most part. So I'm gonna get on with this. Thomas showed in his introduction Slayer's Rain and Blood, which is of course everybody knows the album. It is an absolute masterpiece and perfect definition of thrash to show to any alien. They might get scared half to death and retreat, but I decided to show Slayer's Rain and Blood, Evil Twin, in my opinion. And that would be Dark Angel's Darkness Descends, released the same year, 1986, maybe it was 87. I'm not sure, but this is an absolute beast of an album. Heavy, everybody knows this one. The artwork says it all. This fucking evilness, graveyard with zombies. So killer album. Gene Hoglan's drumming on this is beast. The guitar tone is just pure raw aggression. The vocals are freaking perfection. Darkness Descends, the opening track. That drum, I love it. The Burning of Sodom, Hunger of the Undead. They were singing about zombies pretty early. Merciless Death, Death is Certain, Life is Not, Black Prophecies, and Perish in Flames. That's my pick. So his next pick was something from Bay Area thrash, and my pick would be this one. He did have this on the shelf behind him, but there's so many Bay Area thrash bands I would have picked as well, but this one right here had to be on. Forbidden Evil, which is the original name of the band, I believe. Love the artwork. Love Chalice of Blood. That opening track is perfection. On the Edge, Through the Eyes of Glass, Forbidden Evil, the title track, March into Fire, Feel No Pain, As Good as Dead, and Follow Me. Beautiful album. Beautiful Darkness. Forbidden Evil. Forbidden killer fucking album. Next one up, he showed East Coast, which was, I think it was Nuclear Assault, Game Over, which is fucking a killer album. So I decided to go with my favorite East Coast thrash band, which is Overkill, Taking Over. I thought about Feel the Fire, because that's technically that's my favorite Overkill album, but this one's a close second. Taking Over, just an absolute fantastic beast in my opinion. Deny the Cross, that song. Wrecking Crew, Fear His Name, Use Your Head, Fatal if Swallowed. Tough time talking. Power Surge, In Union We Stand, Electro Violence, and Overkill 2, which I love all the Overkill songs. Evil Never Dies, I think, closes it out off of Years of Decay. I don't know if they ever continued that, but love this one. Love the Bat, Shotguns. Just love this album cover. Fucking pure thrash. I believe it was released in '87. A lot of these albums, Forbidden Evil, I believe, was in '87 as well, maybe '88. Sticking around that area. So my East Coast choice. Next one up, Teutonic. Of course, I got Violent Force playing in the background. He showed Assassin's Upcoming Terror, which is my favorite Teutonic thrash album of all time. And so I could show Destruction or a million other Teutonic thrash bands. I've seen it's beautiful and endless, and probably my favorite thrash scene. I decided to go with one that I really like, but if an alien asked if there's any female singers in thrash metal, I would respond with this one. Holy Moses, Queen of Siam. This is just a beautiful album. This is OG Press, still in the rap. I mean, it's not open because I listen to it quite a bit. But I decided to go with this one. I don't see it get shown a lot or talked about a lot, so this one has Necropolis. Don't mess around with the bitch. Look at that artwork. Fucking, that artwork is awesome. Devil's Dancer, Queen of Siam, the title track, Road Crew, Teutonic Thrash Perfection, Holy Moses, Queen of Siam. So next one, UK Thrash, which he picked the one I would have picked, The Force by Onslaught. And I thought about this long and hard. I kept on picking, he showed a Toxic album that I would have showed too. I don't think they were UK. I don't know where I was going with that. I just seen it right there. But Onslaught he showed. I decided to go with my favorite UK thrash metal album, which is this one by Hydrovane, rather Death and False Faith. Along the lines of Slayer and Dark Angel. Heavy. Favorite track on this is Rabid. I've talked about this album a million times. I've shown it in every thrash metal video I've ever shot. I just absolutely love this album. Killer fucking album right here. Hydrovane. Yeah. Check out songs like Rabid, Crucifier, The House, Right to Die, rather the title track, rather Death and False Faith, Misanthropic, and the Guillotine. UK Thrash Perfection. So, badass album. Next one up, he showed the Eastern European. I don't, like I said in the beginning of the video, I do not have any of that, so I went with my favorite Canadian thrash band, which would be Razor, Evil Invaders. Always thought this album. I don't know if I've ever shown this one. I may have shown this in a collection update. But man, this is pure attitude. This is speed. We spit on those who choose to pose with thrash with all the rest. Says it all. Nowhere to fast. Cross me fool. Legacy of doom. Evil invaders. Iron hammer. Instant death. Cutthroat. Speed mechanics. Or merchants. Tortured skull. Thrash dance. Hopefully you guys know this album. Fucking killer one. Razor. Evil invaders. So next one, he showed Technical, and this is where the Toxic Think This he showed came in, and I almost showed World Circus by Toxic, but I did show that in a video recently, and I thought about showing some Heathen maybe, and I wanted to stick. I don't have any Heathen on wax except for Empire of Sand, or I believe it's the name of it, the recent one. So, like Break the Silence would have been my choice. Or, I can't remember the name of that album exactly. I'm drawing a blank and I'm rambling, so I picked a Bay Area thrash band that I thought is a very technical band, especially on this album. Megadeth, Killing Is My Business, the jazz, fusion, Chris Poland's guitar playing, Dave Mustaine's insane rhythm guitar and those riffs. This is definition of technical thrash metal. In my opinion, it's speedy. Last Rites, love to death. I love Last Rites, that piano intro, it's just so dark. Love to death. That, my God, Killing Is My Business. The Business is good. Skull Beneath the Skin, Rattlehead, Chosen Ones, Looking Down the Cross. My favorite song is Skull Beneath the Skin and Looking Down the Cross. Mechanex, which I like this version better than the Four Horsemen off Metallica's Kill 'Em All. 1985. This one's on Combat. It says Important Records here in this corner. It's my old copy. Yeah, this album is perfection. Here's the original sleeve. I've showed this several times, but this is my technical thrash metal pick. One may argue with me, but I think it falls flat because this is definitely technical. Killing Is My Business. So next one up was Crossover Thrash. He showed SOD, Stormtroopers of Death. I have it over here somewhere. I don't have the vinyl version like he has. I have this old reissue from 89 or 1999. I would have picked that too. So next best one would be Suicidal Tendencies. Man, how will I laugh tomorrow if I can't even smile today? Actually, I think this is my favorite crossover thrash record. I think Speak English or Die would be a second. So, Trip at the Brain, hearing voices, pledge your allegiance. How will I laugh today? Laugh tomorrow, The Miracle. Surf and Slam, If I Don't Wake Up, Sorry, One Too Many Times, The Feeling's Back. This is an album I listened to over and over again back in the day. Perfect. I believe this was released in '88. Fucking killer. Been pulling every one of these out of the sleeve, so I might as well pull this one out of the sleeve. This is a reissue. Century Media. I think it was really originally released on Epic. So next one, Speed, and man, who did he show? Drawing a blank. I can't remember who he showed. I want to say it was Agent Steel, I believe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Agent Steel. I'm gonna go with Attacker. Their second album, The Second Coming. And this is OG Press 2. This is my favorite one. I do like In Helm's Deep, Battle in Helm's Deep, but this second album right here is magic. I always like that. I mean, showing the USSR and American flag. M16 versus AK-47. Cold War era thrash metal, speed metal, Lords of Thunder, Desecration, 0 Hour, Revelations of Evil, The Madness, Captives of Babylon, Octagon. This is speed metal perfection. There's so many killer speed metal albums, but this is the one I go to the most. This is on Mercenary Records. I'm not going to slide it out of there. It's on Black Wax. My favorite, one of my favorite speed metal albums. I think there's a lyric sheet in here. What is this? Yeah, lyric sheet right here. Little inserts. But yeah, another one definitely check out if you don't know. For some reason, I think everybody should know this one. I'm gonna try to get that back in there. But Attacker, The Second Coming. And last but not least, he extreme thrash metal, and he showed Sadus, which I thought about showing a Sadus album. Then I thought about showing Solstice or Pestilence. But I think I'm going to show the very first extreme thrash metal album ever recorded, in my opinion. My OG Press possessed 7 churches. Yes, I definitely believe this is the very first. It's so extreme it's considered death metal. It's just not right on the border. I do consider this one of the first death metal. Definitely the first death metal album, but it's still thrash metal as well. And I think a lot of thrash metal or death metal albums in the early days had a lot of thrash tendencies. But very first extreme, in my opinion, would be this album. The Exorcist, Pentagram, Burning in Hell, Evil Warrior, 7 Churches, the title track, Satan's Curse, Holy Hell, Twisted Minds, Fallen Angel, and the genre naming. I know some people think it's Onslaught, but that sounds more of a punk. But this one's death metal title track. I got so many copies of this album. I've retired this one so I don't fuck it up. Another one I've had for decades. Bossed, 7 Churches. Anyway, I hope I did this video justice. It was a fun response. So I'll post links to both Metal Mickey's 90s thrash metal and 10 albums and Mercyful metal 80s thrash and 10 albums. So I got Mercyful Mickey and Metal. Maybe I'll do a word play on that. Closing out with that. Y'all have a good one. Later.